up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, let's chip and play. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every go we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can dream. Oh, take me out of stand with you, river, you talk. When to tap our take and you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever we're true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go home. 3 hours away, so near to my home. It will look so deep in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea stands tall. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever we're true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, let's chip and play. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every go we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can dream. Oh, take me out of stand with you, river, you talk. When to tap our take and you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever we're true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go home. 3 hours away, so near to my home. It will look so deep in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea stands tall. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever we're true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, let's chip and play. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every go we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can dream. Oh, take me out of stand with you, river, you talk. When to tap our take and you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. thought of, for Yahweh so near my own. It will like so live in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea stands on. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever but true. Together we rise. Just be you. Hey, go wake up, baby. It's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, let's cheer and play. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every moment, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh.
Yes, good people. Welcome once again. Welcome to Chelsea Perspective for another match review, match reaction, post game show. It's going to be a good one. A lot of Chelsea fans, they've started sounding more confidence than they were sounding. You could say a week ago and 2 weeks ago. The players are showing that they want it. If we end up not participating in the next edition of the Champions League, it will not be because we didn't work. You can say we didn't play like we didn't want it. It'd be uh, down to us not being lucky enough, but I think we will be there. We could end up finishing in the third place actually, and I'll keep saying what I've told people before. I think Nottingham Forest will fall off from there. But that's by the way. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. We have just one like. I think we should have a lot more likes because you already have two people in the chat. A total of 30 people, but only four of those on YouTube. The rest are divided between Facebook. Um, and X, but we can do a lot better in terms of numbers. Wherever you are, do share so that a lot more people can come join us. Without wasting much of your time, we will still start by addressing news items that we have. Let me switch this around and change the presentation window. This particular news is from Fabrizio Romano, the transfer guru himself, and he reads: "The clubs interested in Victor Osimhen must know that he wants the same salary he was earning at Napoli, 12 million net. Okay, plus commissions and a 75 million release clause to Napoli. So it's a really expensive deal, and no English club wants to pay him 12 million net. So I think the brother will end up in Saudi Arabia. I think the Saudis will come back for him. He's a big brand. Nigeria has a huge population that follows football. It's like a culture there. I think the Saudis would want that. Would want that. And if he ends up going to Saudi Arabia, he'd be one of the biggest Nigerian players ever to have played. He'd be the biggest, actually, Nigerian player ever to have played in that league. I think they would want that. And Emanalo, who oversees the Saudi League project, he knows him. He knows who he is. I think they will come back for him. And I think Chelsea knows already, given our connection with the Saudis, we do know we do know that the brother probably definitely will end up in Saudi Arabia and will not come to the Premier League. But more importantly, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Good win for us. We will catch up with news items. Then we'll get to discussing the game, react to the game, and I want to get your reaction. But that's by the way, we have how many people in the chat? Let's see what they have to say. And the Maya Fowler, happy for the win. We're all happy. Do you think we'll beat Liverpool? I'm gonna tell you what I've always told people, or what I always say when I am asked such a question. We can beat them. Will we beat them? That's a question for the players and the manager to answer. On the day, I think we're capable of beating them, and hopefully they win the league before then. That will make it again a lot easier. That's because naturally, when teams win the league or have won the league already, they tend to experiment. They don't play with the sort of, you can say, assertion that they played with for the entirety of the for their previous games. No need to actually stress yourself that much. It's a natural thing with humans. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And we have a question here. Press your screen. That's how you get to see the elements such as the like button, dislike button, and comment section. If you're using a smaller screen, press and hold your screen for just about a second. Then you see the option to like, dislike, or comment on the video. The likes do go a long way for us. We have 2 likes, but we should be doing a lot better than that. And we have Rich Money Makers. Let's see. Rich Money Maker says, big win. It's a huge win. We didn't look like we were going to lose that game, even if when it was just 1-0. We defended as a unit. We pressed very, very well. The players showed, contrary to what people were saying before that game, that they want to play in the Champions League, and they're still playing for the manager. They like the manager, but I get it. You won't hear for those that were pushing that narrative until we lose, and that's when you start hearing it from them, or until we see a lackluster performance or a poor performance from the team, then you start hearing from them again. He said, big win. We must continue this form and not finish in 7th place, because that could drop us in the Europa League or Conference League, Europa Conference League. If we don't win the Conference Cup, Crystal Palace wins the FA Cup. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. What else were we looking at? Yep. So thank you for that. We have to. We have to. I think we can. We have to play, approach every game like each is a final. All the games we have left, like each of them is a final. Hopefully, yeah, as stupid as these, we'll see that experience is important. Trevor Chalobah today. Trevor Chalobah, he's been excellent, especially in again in our recent games. I think he's improved actually. I've seen such improvement that I've never seen from him before. He's playing with more confidence, more relaxed, doesn't panic under pressure, doesn't make silly mistakes. I think he's starting to show that he's one of our most experienced defenders, and the manager did speak very highly of him after the game or during his post-game interview. He may well be the shock of the summer. He may well end up being the shock of the summer, because if he does really well, if the season ends and it becomes clear that he's one of the reasons why the season well, we finished the season well, I think the manager will request that the club keeps him. We just cannot do otherwise. If we have a good player as him, as the player that will perform wholeheartedly every time he finds himself representing the club, 150, he gives 150%, then I don't think the club will look elsewhere. It just wouldn't make sense. And he is a Chelsea through and through. But just by the way, let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes that do go a long way. 2 likes, we can do a lot better than that. So let's go news hunting. Victor Osimhen to the Premier League looks like it's not going to happen. Things have changed from a financial perspective. A lot of clubs are actually starting to do what Chelsea started to do 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, when Clear Lake and Capital took over. They adopted a proactive approach knowing that, yeah, you even if you have the money, there's a limit to how much you can spend as a club. And at the same time, we will be paying attention to El Clasico. I think the last time I checked, it was Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 0, and they are in the 54th minute. But that's why let's go news hunting. Not really news hunting. I think a lot of stuff we'll be seeing here. They all have to do with the game, post game comments from the players, the managers, and also football commentators. The first one here. Okay, this is Vince's opinion on why performance dropped. Let me go. Let me see that. I don't want to click through that one from there because I want to see read I'm going to read a excerpt from all the news reports he has there. And if had I clicked that one there, I think it probably slow down my system. So we will find our first item here. I can expand it so we can read through it. Let's see Vince's opinion on why our form dropped. This is my version of why our performance dropped this season. This isn't an excuse, but based on facts and statistics, pressing and playing with space in front of us. We killed a few teams on the break, but after Brighton at home, teams started dropping their lines. Yep, to frustrate us, and it worked. They did that with the minds, with knowing that we have a very young and inexperienced squad. That if they did that, they'll be able to frustrate us. But the thing, we've learned to actually navigate that issue. We've learned to play with patience even when teams drop deep. But unfortunately, here's how the average fan sees that approach, where we try to play with patience to navigate a team's dropping deep. They see it as boring football. Unfortunately for Enzo Maresca, that's how a lot of them see our approach whenever we play teams that defend deep. But despite me, yeah, so this is an excellent, actually, excellent, you could say, analysis of why that was the case. And I've always known that's the case, but I haven't seen anybody talk about it, just like Vince did there. What else do we have here? We've addressed that one. Let's move on. Next item here. Okay, there's a lot more there. It's not one. There's follow-up comments. So the next one. So what? Let's see. Okay. So what we have achieved is improving our defense while waiting for the injured players and out of form players to return to numb. When they do, we add them to the improved defensive structure, a few new players, and we have a better team next season, which has learned to play against adversity without key players. Wow, this is just delicious to read. Because you can see it's coming from somebody that understands what really happened when we started performing poorly, and I've always known that was the case. So I didn't complain of that much. And the last item he has, he says, finally, I don't think Maresca is the best manager for the Chelsea job. I also don't think he's without blame. But personally, the profile of our squad makes it harder for me to blame the manager, same as me. Yep, we have you say an unbalanced squad, and the manager. For me, I think if we can give him time, he'd become the guy. His inexperience, that certainly there are things that I've voiced my opinion, stating clearly that I wish he did differently, but I think he learns quickly, and tactically, I think he's excellent in my opinion. I know they need to learn and grow together and gain enough experience before we can look like a stable team. Changing manager won't help. That won't help that, but will rather set us back. So what's the point? I think I agree. But even at that, I think he's done well enough. We've made a lot of progress. But I'm going to say something I've already said before. Unfortunately, for the average football fan, the most important language is they pay attention to. They judge you by either one of these three factors: win, lose, or draw. Yep. Beyond that, they don't care really. But that's fine. And this is excellent from Vince there, and I appreciate him taking the time to do that. What else do we have here? Nicolas Jackson, his comment on where we're at and the possibility of us finishing in the Champions League place. He says, we are confident that we can finish in the Champions League spot. As you can see, everyone is fighting for it. It just depends on us. And now we just focus on the next one. I think we can. And a good goal from him today. I hope that boosts his confidence. So at least, even if it's not scoring, we'll see that Nicolas Jackson that fights, from the first minute to the last minute of each game that he gets to play in. Even if he doesn't score, he creates for his teammates. Yeah, but he looked off. The previous games he played before, the one against Everton, he was good, not perfect, but at least he got the goal, and I think that would do him a world of good. And top, as you're saying, did you see now Madrid on the left, versatile attacker, nearly both-footed? He's improved quite a lot. He nearly scored with his weaker foot. Yeah, that was nice to see. So, and I'm gonna keep saying this. I've always said there's a good player in there. The difference is that he sometimes can be a bit too selfish. If he can be a little less selfish and be a little more selfless, he'd be a perfect player. Nearly both-footed. Yeah, under 21 England champion also used to play on the left with Cole Palmer on the night sometimes. He was good. I think no player underperformed. They were all just nearly excellent on the day. From Robert Sanchez, Dean, his usual didn't do his usual thing of blatantly giving the ball to an opposition player. He didn't do that. He was just brilliant, and a lot more high claims from him. And I think that was from the set piece coach. We defended set piece perfectly. Everton, I was concerned. My only concern against Everton was their aerial ability. They've been excellent aerially. That's their thing, and they have much taller players than us. But on the day, it just seemed as if we were the much taller side. They tried to unsettle us with with their physical approach. It didn't work. We withstood that and actually showed that we can be physical to it. And I wasn't concerned that was going to be the issue, but I was concerned that their aerial ability or their aerial dominance was going to be an issue. It wasn't. Robert Sanchez was just brilliant. The way he comes for the ball, makes sure he gets it, puts his body on the line. I think he's improved. I think he's improved. He can. We've always known that he can come up with those ridiculous saves, but at the same time, you see in the same game where he made a ridiculous world class save, you'd see him make the silliest of mistakes. You'd see the sort of mistake you see from a primary school kid. Yeah, but unfortunately for us, he was brilliant. He was just brilliant. Today it's still 4 p.m. for me, not the next day. But yeah, excellent performance from Robert Sanchez. Let's see what else we have here. But Toby, that's nice to see you. Nicolas Jackson says he's very happy that we won and he scored. And he says, I think I've hit the post trying the same thing. Yeah, I remember him hitting, I think that was immediately after his return, like 3 times. So I'm happy I scored and we won. More importantly, um, Romeo Lavia, another player that made a difference. Another player that made a difference. And I was telling Bobby during, I told Bobby during the pregame show that he's one player, if you can get even 15 minutes out of him, he always performs. The only issue is staying fit. You can say recovering and staying fit, and hopefully he stays fit at least to the end of the season, so we can find more ways to manage his fitness. I think eventually he will outgrow it. He's still very young, and I think who's that once educated us on why that's something that's very common with young players who's playing a lot of games. Their body can usually not able to withstand the sort of training they go through and the amount of games that they play. So that you see them experiencing recurring injuries until they outgrow it. I can give you an example. It looks like Christian Pulisic has outgrown his, and the prime example every time we discuss such is Ian Robin. When he was at Chelsea, you could argue the reason we sold him was that he was injury prone. That'd be a good argument. But yeah, the moment he grew his the injuries that were plaguing him at the time, the rest, yeah, his career, how from Real Madrid to Bayern, and he won a lot. But that's by the way. I hope Romeo Lavia will find a way to manage his fitness, just like we've done for Reece James. I think that will go along with for us. Hopefully, at least stays fit till the end of the season and help us finish in the top five. That was a question for him. Yeah, Madik was better on the left. Any other thing here? We've addressed this particular report, suggesting that English clubs aren't interested in Victor Osimhen because of his wage demands. Anything else? Romeo Lavia saying, I had a lot of fun being back in the team and helping to get a big win. Everton improved in the second half, but that is football. Everyone has a very good times. Yeah, but we were resilient. We defended as a unit. Chalobah wasn't. You could argue he was perfect. Chalobah was seriously perfect. NATO, not his day, but still wasn't poor. Still wasn't poor. That's the news here. That's from TalkSport, saying Chelsea have entered talks with Borussia Dortmund over the summer transfer of Jamie Gittins. And yesterday, we did see that report, the same report yesterday from another outlet suggesting that we've started talks. And the particular report we addressed yesterday also did talk about how Dortmund, they're waiting for anything, something in the region of 50 million euros. Once they get that, they let the player go. I think we're interested in signing him, but his dribble success rate is something special. I think you need to go see that yourself. I watched Jan football therapy. His numbers are excellent. He's a productive dribbler, and I love that. It's like keeping the lion in a cage. Lavia on waiting to return to action. He still enjoys football. I get it. He earns a lot of money being a footballer, but the kid, is he still 20 yet? Is it 20 yet? Or I think it's probably 20, going 21. But he's still a kid and still enjoys the football. The happiness, that's the enjoyment comes first, and the monetary aspect of it is secondary. He's still very, very young, and you get that with a lot of young players. They just want to play and be happy. Players only focus on the monetary aspect when they get older and getting closer to retiring. That's when they don't care that much. So Tottenham, I think I need to highlight the other one because I need to produce a YouTube shot with this one, and also this one here about Mark Guehi. Let's see. Tottenham, Chelsea, and Newcastle United remain all keen on signing Mark Guehi from Crystal Palace. And one thing I'm going to say here is that we shouldn't pay anything north of 60 million pounds for him, really. I think I'd rather we keep Trevor Chalobah than pay something north of 70 million pounds, because Chalobah has improved so much under Enzo Maresca, and I'd argue if he continues to play under Enzo Maresca, he'd get even better. I've always complained about how he makes silly mistakes. It's like what I call primary school level mistakes. I think, but the only thing he lacks is leadership, and you can get that from Guehi. But I don't think we should pay anything north of 60 million pounds for Mark Guehi. There is this something I can make a Okay, I don't need that one. Okay, Chelsea in the Premier League, fifth place. Strasbourg in the Premier League, fifth in the League One, fifth place. So it's uniform right now. Anything else? Anything else? They won 3-1 today. I was in the stores at the time, but I was looking at numbers in my on my phone, and it was able to follow. Was able to follow the game. So that's, by the way, we will get to reviewing the game proper in a minute or so. But I have a few people to say hello to. One of them is Tebe. Good. Big up to you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join. And if you'll round off quickly, we will look at the numbers, and if we have time, I will look at the numbers for each of the players. I think it was just a perfect performance. There's no player on the Chelsea side that you look at and say was poor. No. Honestly, they were all excellent. We could have scored a lot more, and it was brilliant. And yeah, I get it. We're now hearing a lot from the because we have two camps. When you talk about Chelsea fans, we have two camps of Chelsea fans. One being the ones that understands the game. You can say three. One that understands the game, but just likes to be provocative. The other camp is a negative camp. We're not here. You won't hear so much, a lot about them. Even some of them that were online, they were just you could say sick. You could say low key enjoying the win, or maybe pretending at least that they enjoying the win. Because I can swear that a lot of Chelsea fans actually would have preferred us losing that game, so they can say, "Yeah, we told you the manager is Champions League level and shouldn't be at Chelsea." Yeah, but that's just my opinion. Here's how you can find these elements: the like button, dislike button, and comment area. Press, and if you're using a small device, press and hold your screen for just about a second. Then you see the option to do whatever you want. But I'd rather you like the video than dislike the video. Please help us garner more likes. We'd really appreciate that. Here's my bro here to be. Ooh, having Lavia back is refreshing. We miss him, and I hope he stays fit. I think we will find a way to manage his fitness until he outgrows the injuries that plagued his you can say his young career. In my opinion, he's an excellent player, and the manager also did speak about him. I don't know why I wasn't able to find his comment on where he did say something to the effect of he's worked with Lavia before, and he knows what he's capable of doing in terms of breaking the lines from the midfield and also protecting the defensive line, something to that effect. We've always known that he's capable of doing those things. Our issues, our concerns, our problems has always been him not staying fit. All the times you see John Chelsea, he'd recover, play like 3 minutes, and then stay out for the next 7 years. That has always. All right, what else do we have here? Help, yep. Press your screen for just about a second. You'll see the elements you're looking for, like the like, dislike, and comment. But I'd rather you like the video than dislike. Keep dropping the likes and the shame. We have about 27 people shared between X and Facebook. If you're following the show on Facebook, drop a like on the video for us, and also follow our Facebook account. If you're following the show on X, do the same for us. We'd really appreciate that. I don't know if there's anything else to look at here. We're going to be better and better because the players will understand better and better. We were just delicious to watch against Everton. We didn't look. There was no time that I looked at the way we were playing and got concerned that we were gonna lose that game, really. And what we like when we had that conversation, the pregame conversation, I told people if we beat them, it's gonna be a slim margin because they are solid defensively. Even in the absence of Tarkowski, they were still excellent. So let's see what we have here. Enzo Maresca and Chalobah. I think Trev, he has been back with us, doing very, very well. He's playing games. He's helping us. He defends when he needs to defend, and he's also building from the back. We are very happy. He's done. I'm going to say this again. I don't know if it is just me, but if you're in the comment section, I want to hear from you. He's starting to play with a lot more confidence on the ball. You don't see him wanting to put the ball forward or in a hurry to pass the ball and make mistake. He's starting to show that the manager trusts him because confidence, in most cases, when you see players play with such confidence, it's usually reflective of the fact that the manager is telling them, look, I trust you. I haven't seen Chalobah play this good as a Chelsea player before. I get it, he played it when we won the Club World Cup, but believe me, he's looking more confident on the ball. I've seen him on occasions not be in a hurry, not panic, on top, sustain the pressure from the opposition when we're playing out from the back. I've seen him calmly turn, dribble his man, and then pass the ball calmly. He is improved. Maresca has really improved this brother. And I'm going to say this. I think this guy might well end up being the shock of the transfer window, come next transfer window. Because if he continues to perform consistently, I don't think he leaves. He will do a Cucurella. He's been excellent in our last few games. And hopefully he remains that way till the end of the season. All right, we have who else do we have here? We have Markin New, not gonna lie, Modric at class NATO on both sides. Here's the thing, I don't need you he was the better player of the two. The only thing that didn't happen for him was that he didn't score a goal. He was just perfect and was able to take shots with his weaker foot. So maybe he should be playing on that side. And I'm happy we have both. Last term, it was Neto that saved us. Before that game, I think it was the other game that Matic came off the bench and was the one that helped us win the game. I think it was against Leguewa, so away. So I'm just happy we have both. We're blessed. I don't think it's necessary to compare them. That's what big games do. But Mike New, nice to see you. Yes, he's learning under Enzo Maresca, but people will say, and they will not. I've never seen him play as good as he's playing right now at Chelsea. And I think that will continue. He will continue in that trajectory. And I think if he does, I don't think the club will sell him. And he's Chelsea 3-3, and that's a plus. Mikey Neum was the club to sign Enzo Maresca. It may well happen. I don't know. But I think he's more likely to stay than leave. I think he's done well. That's my opinion. You have every right to believe that he's the reason why we've been struggling. And if the club finds a reason to sack him, they would do that. And whoever comes in, I will support the person. But I don't think sacking the manager now will help us. I think it will compound our issue. We're practically hitting the reset button. So he's made progress and the signs are good. And here's one thing I like best. And by the way, Rain, here's what I like best about our current team. What I like best is that we've learned to manage games. This team under Enzo Maresca have learned to manage games. And that's something a lot of people take for granted that they shouldn't. We weren't able to manage games under Pochettino, under Potter. We've learned to manage games that towards the end of games, I don't panic anymore. I don't. And that's important, which means we're growing. We're actually, and I've said this before, this team is maturing quicker than I had expected. Honestly, I have to be truthful about that. We're showing so much maturity. We don't look to us. It does under Pochettino at the time. I remember usually towards the end of games, panic sets in. Usually towards the end of games, we start panicking like crazy. And usually I tell people, yeah, it's going to end 1-1. But I didn't fear us conceding any goals. We defended as a unit. We didn't just defend, but we defended intelligently. We defended intelligently. We weren't just Everton, I get it. And they are a very good side. Remember what I told you that they did against Man City, and had it not been for the injury for their Tarkowski, I think they would have gotten a better result out of that game. They are excellent at orchestrating long balls. It looks like that day I was thinking, was that all they do in training? How they were able to bypass Man City's midfield, and whoever the intended target is, the ball usually gets to them where they're standing. Or usually in some cases they had to run just a little bit to get the ball and control it. But they weren't able to do that against us, which means Maresca started them really, really well. And if you think Maresca is stupid, think again. Remember, there was one cross that the ball they put inside the box, and Chalobah dealt with it. But had it not been the approach, which meant that Caicedo was watching, to see how things pans out, because yeah, Chalobah had gone for that aerial do. He was waiting for it, and once Chalobah missed it, Caicedo was there to take corrective action, which was him not allowing the Everton player that was waiting for the you can say deflection, or maybe or flick from his player to have a free pass. He was there to deal with it. That's about that shows you the manager knew exactly he was doing, and the fact that Everton didn't have joy with their usual long ball bypassing the midfield and high lines, it didn't work. And in terms of Robert Sanchez's high claims on the day and how good he was on the day, I'd give the set piece manager, set piece trainer, some credit. I didn't expect to start seeing result immediately he joined. It was going to take a while, but the signs are good. We're able to defend results. We've proven that. We've done that like 3 times now. But that's by the way. Let's see. Achimpong is level of Chalobah, but Chalobah is more experienced. Achimpong needs to play more games before the manager will start trusting him over Chalobah. Do I think he's better over on the ball overall? Possibly, but I think he needs to play. Comparing them now, I don't think it makes sense. But he has the potential to become even better, which is a good thing. Um, all right, what else do we have here? Anything else that I'm missing here? Let me catch up here. Maresca is arrogant. That's why I don't. He's not arrogant. I think probably you're going by what you've heard a lot from people. What makes him arrogant? Arrogant. I've listened to him talk. I haven't heard anything that you can say that would make me say he's arrogant. If anything, I'd say he's not a good speaker. And why I haven't actually said he's not a good speaker is that language is a factor here. Chances are he sounds as if he's able to communicate effectively, but there are aspects of a language that when you try to say something, you could use a word or phrase it in a manner how you usually phrase it in your native language, and then it comes across as different things. Why do I think that's the case? I've heard him trying to say to you can say to say correct something he said in the past, and even got was so I don't listen to him. I just want us to win, and I've told people I don't give a flying fuck about what he says. Just win. And for me, I think he's an intelligent manager. He just have to. For me, the only thing I think he needs to do, learn how to manage players in terms of you can say creating healthy competition. Don't make certain players feel too important. Something like that. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go along, and I think he's gonna be here next season. But that's not saying certainly that will be the case. I've heard that's some argument, and then the manager got fired the next month. We panicked today as soon as Lavia left the pitch. Today was a lucky win. I don't think it was a lucky win. It was a deserved win, in my opinion. Heston, it wasn't the best of performances, but it was solid. It was a controlled performance overall, and I'm sticking with that, which I've said before. Maybe I need to watch it again to see that what you saw that has led to you saying we panicked. No harem football at Chelsea. We don't play harem football. Anything else? Go Real Madrid. So 1-1. All right, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Then I'll try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. I appreciate you all. Fans are right to boo the manager because his football is not enjoyed. Yes, I'm going to say this. You have every right to say that, but I think the fans that were booing him, they were just wrong. They just don't understand the situation. They don't understand why we were playing that way. But I understood why we played the way we played when we play against teams that defend deep. We're trying. That's a way of getting these players to learn to control game, and it has worked. We're playing it better. We don't get frustrated. We always feel like, okay, we can actually get a goal, but we need to play with patience. If you play high risk, the sort of high risk football we played against, we played under Pochettino, chances are would be 7th, 10th right now. Honestly, so I think because big accounts, they have huge influence on our fans. Whatever they say becomes commonplace in the community, unfortunately. But you're entitled to your opinion. If you believe that's what that's how he performed, fine, go ahead with it. Rhys James needs to take over from who? Kunde. All right. Bro Maresca himself said he doesn't have plan B. That's what I'm saying. Language is a factor there. Have you watched our games and believe Maresca doesn't have plan B? If you think Maresca doesn't have plan B, tell me why in some games in the second half we played better. Did we stick did we start did we play the same way we played in the first half and then did better in the second half? I don't think so. Have you not seen that? I get it. Language is an issue here. I think he's talking about the basics of his approach, which is stop the opposition off the ball and also have one player with the independence of freedom to always pop up wherever we have the ball, complete the triangles, and help us gain numerical advantage over the opposition. Those are hallmark of his approach. Maybe the most correct thing to say. Those are the basics of his approach. That will always remain the same. But that doesn't mean that's the only thing he does. No, he changes quite a lot. I've seen 4-1-4-1. I've seen 3-2 4-1. Is it? Let me not mix the numbers up and say 4-4-3, 4-4-3. But you get the gist. He's changed quite a lot. But unfortunately, the average fan doesn't see that. And because we were losing game, and why is it that only when we started having issues, that was when his approach became an issue? Yeah, that's one thing I need you to take your time to consider. But that's right away we have the captain of the community in the house, Constantine Dunn. Bro, I appreciate you finding the time to join me on the panel. Your thoughts on the game? It was a controlled performance, and I think, yeah, everybody was just excellent on the day, in my opinion, honestly. Yep, but let's hear you, Dante. Your thoughts on the overall performance.
Yeah, big up, coach. Everyone
Big
in
up
the
to
chat.
you
Captain of the community. I've been upgraded, not just the
too.
channel
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Yeah, look. First of all, Rain keeps going on about it there. Maresca never said he doesn't have a big up Rain. Maresca never said he doesn't have a plan B. He said he's not going to change his style. That's a big difference from saying he doesn't have a plan B.
And to be specific, the style simply means that the basics of his approach.
Yeah, which possession and that slow build up from the back, drawing the opposition out. That's his style, but he never said he hasn't got a plan B, and he 100% has changed the formation many times this season. We've even played, like you said, 4-3-3. We did play that against the Man City in the first game. We've changed to a 3 at the back against the Fulham game just recently, because people can't remember that far back, obviously. Recently, we were at 3 at the back against Fulham. When we needed to change in the second half to come in our score, we played with 2 at the back, and we added an extra player in the midfield. So he's always chopping and changing things around, but people don't seem to see it for some reason. I have no idea why.
And just quickly, his approach is so unorthodox that in most cases you need to wait till the end of the game to look at the average positioning of the players to figure out what approach we use.
Yeah, it changes by game a little bit here and there. He adjusts. He's got a philosophy formation, but then he adjusts that suited depending on the game and within games as well. Especially like you said, halftime. Usually second half, we always come out with some tweaks because he's seen what the opposition is doing and we're not doing what we're struggling with, and then he tweaks it a little bit. So there's a lot of changes everywhere, but not everyone can see it, obviously, which is fine. But you can't say he does not change. He's a one-trick pony and he only has one formation and he only plays one way. No, you can't say that because he's changed that throughout the season quite a lot.
I think we've heard him say that how we play depends on the opposition. I think he said that more than 3 times actually. But unfortunately, nobody will bring up that one. They will just go with what suits their narrative and what you can say the most talked about in the community. I think the biggest issue, which is very common in every community, herd mentality. A lot of people just want to go along with what a lot of people are saying. That's what makes sense to them. Not a lot of people takes their time to dissect and analyze information and come to a sensible conclusion. I'm going to be clear. You and I, early on, will realize when Romeo Lavia came in, when he dropped what's his name, Enzo Fernandez, we
Enzo.
knew that wasn't the end of Enzo Fernandez. We knew the manager's focus was just to sort out the leaky defensive issue we had at the time. He want to start solving that issue from the midfield, and it worked. The only thing was that we started creating less and less chances, and he told people publicly that's not the end of Enzo Fernandez. But he has a solution. He's trying to sort out the problem at the time, that when that is done, we could still see them both, Enzo and Caicedo, and also Romeo Lavia on the pitch. And we have done that more than 3 times now. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, exactly. Good point there as well. And at the time, Enzo Fernandez, exactly that week is when he split up with his wife as well, and that. So maybe there was a little bit off, little stuff off field as well. So he's like, all right, let's take him, give him a break, and let's work on the defense a bit. And he did that. So, and you can see now at the end of the season, especially last couple of games, we've been pretty solid defensively. I mean, if you look at the stats, we've been pretty third best defense in the league, pretty much. So it's still pretty solid, but of course we know there's still a lot of mistakes back there from the defenders, especially, that we can clean up. But the structure is set up so that we can defend well as well when going back the other way. And I think you're seeing it as more the season goes on. You're seeing that getting more solid and more solid and more solid as the players really get used to it and buy into it. And so I see that difference. A lot of people probably don't, but I see a little improvement as each part of the season's gone on.
Unfortunately, a lot of people don't and won't.
No, because like you said, for him to do that, he had to take a touch a little bit back from the attack. So it's not basically Pochettino ball up and down all 90 minutes, and you don't know what's happening, and it's free at the end of the game. But people seem to like that, and losing 5-0 and losing 5-0 to Arsenal and losing, by 4 goals to Newcastle, and people don't see that we needed to tighten that up and really get a control of the game. And that's what he's done. He's done that, like I said, step by step, better. It's slowly progressing better and better. So now we can actually almost pretty much close out games. You saw in the second half of today, we tried to close out the game. Just hold possession, pass it around, not attack it as much. Take your opportunity if it comes, but control the game and try to kill the game. And if it's 1-0, we're going to take the 1-0 and we're going to hold it.
We weren't doing it and hope that we can close it out. We're doing it with the confidence. Yeah, we've won this one. And you can see it on the play. You can see it as the game went on, that we didn't look like it was gonna end in a draw or lose. But go ahead.
Yeah, besides the mistake from Levi Colwell, which nearly cost us, and then obviously Sanchez bailed us out with a great save. So except for those 2 chances that Everton had, that's the only 2 chances, and both of them were by mistakes. One was by Chalobah out of position, and the other one then was by Colwell giving the ball away. So even those 2 had an amazing game. They made those 2 mistakes the whole game. That's the only 2 mistakes they made, and it nearly cost us both. But luckily, Sanchez was there to save both of those ones. So
he was a different person today.
Came up big with that one. But giving away 2 chances only like that is, well, in 90 minutes, that's new, a massive improvement defensively.
That's new. Even Colwell showed you can muscle him off the ball easily today. We knew that he had actually improved in that aspect. Other areas we're looking for him to improve is to read the game better. Let's see. And Nkrumah Uda says here, Coach, we have seen us attack with 2-3-5, like Centurion City, 3-2-5, with both Gusto and Cucurella overlapping both fullbacks in the half spaces as tens, etc. Maresca is proper chameleon tactically. Yep.
I'm glad someone else sees it.
Yep. I know. Listen, if you understand football, you'd see that, but not a lot of people understand football like he and Nkrumah does, or like I do, or like you do. They just want to see goals, and that's it. And something you said that on the pitch we were able to score 10 goals, but we're also at the same time we were capable of conceding 12 goals. So even when we score 3, we do lose, especially towards the end of the game. But Maresca, I think he's solved, you could say, some of our biggest problems methodically. from ensuring that we have again the defense helped in solving at the leaky defense at the start of the season to now playing with, you could say, a good balance. You're not concerned that we're going to concede from a counter. The players have mastered the approach that even if we lose the ball, we find a way to get it back as soon as possible. That's an excellent comment. And Rennie saying, so why Palmer dropped from according to you guys? And for me, it's 100% Maresca.
No, I'll take over because coaches looks like he's a bit.
No, go ahead. I have something to say, but go ahead. I'll come in too when you're done.
Oh, I thought you would. You'll have to leave for a second. So
oh, okay. But let me go quickly. Let me explain this. I think that the person that I've heard, who's now a football commentator, you could say an ambassador for Chelsea. That's what's his name? Gary Cahill. He's the only person that I've listened to, that I've read his comments on Cole Palmer's situation, that spoke as if he understands football. I think all the commentators also understand it's about his form. It has nothing to do with the manager. Those that were blaming the manager are big accounts on X. Not content. I haven't seen any content creators say the manager is the reason he's struggling, but I think a few are saying. Here's the thing. How old is he? He's not 23 yet, right?
34.
24. Cole Palmer, how old?
34. He's like Kevin De Bruyne.
Okay, he's 34. Okay, yeah, let's stick with that. You get the point. He's still very young. And this sort of thing is something that a commonplace with young players. You get that? This is something that's very common with young players. Remember, he wasn't even playing that much in City before we signed him. He came in, he was brilliant throughout the season. And this season, actually, when the season started, I did say on one of Vince's posts that Palmer will get more assists this season than goals, but that hasn't happened yet. And the way he operates, probably that's going to happen. But you cannot tell me the manager is the reason he's struggling. No, it is not. It's a mental thing. You could see how the sort of chances he put away last season, he struggled to put them away, to even get them on target. So it's a form thing. So Gary Cahill said that he was asked if he was surprised that Palmer is struggling. He said no. I think he went ahead to say he expected that because he's still very young. You could say that this period is a defining moment in his career. This is what, once he overcomes this period and starts firing again, then whenever such situation comes around, he still be effective, very effective on the pitch, but might not get you goals all the time, but it will be down to the opposition, you could say, doubling up on him and not giving them space, and not him missing chances and even missed a penalty. So Maresca was the one. Is the reason he's struggling, that he missed the penalty that he took without conviction. I don't think it's okay to blame the manager on his issue. No, it's a mental thing. It's actually gone beyond, you can say, poor form, to him letting it get to him.
Yep.
And I've heard people say that Maresca is not playing him in the right wing. He has freedom.
He's got a free role to go anywhere he wants.
To go anywhere. Practically, Palmer can move to the right, and whoever is on the right side has to make way for him. He has freedom to be wherever he deems fit.
Today, for example, he played on the right-hand side today, coach.
Exactly. He can move centrally, and once he comes centrally, just subconsciously, the person central usually moves away to where he's left the space open. So I don't think it's okay to blame it on the manager. And I'm going to say something I've already said before. You see all those people blaming the manager for our struggles, even though our biggest problem is that we have an unbalanced squad. We need a number 9. We need a leader in our back line. You could say we need a traditional 10. I added that one. You could also add that we need a goalkeeper. It's what I call what is called transfer aggression. They've tried to unsettle the owners by protesting and it's doing everything they did, and it didn't work. So what usually happens in that situation? The next person bears the consequences of your inability to, you could say, to reach the person you try to reach so that you're not happy at. That's exactly what's happening. I don't the you could say the slander, the name calling of Maresca, it's not worth it. What has he done wrong? Look at games. I think was it against. Look at games. Some of the games we lost, we created more chances, had more goal scoring opportunities, but weren't able to finish because yeah, we have only Nicolas Jackson, and Nicolas Jackson got injured, and Magui got injured. Then nobody else. That's it. And Kunku isn't your stereotypical number 9. And in the Premier League, the fact that we haven't mastered the manager's preferred approach yet, Nkunku alone, even if it's firing on all cylinders, was never going to be enough. He can't press like Nicolas Jackson. And in Jackson's absence, I get it. He wasn't scoring goals before he got injured, but we lost that, which is very important to the way we play. And Magui was able to at least press, even if he doesn't get you goals, but he presses the heck out of the opposition team. So I don't think it's fair to blame the manager for our struggles. I haven't seen anything to suggest he was the reason we experienced that you can say bad form. And actually, it wasn't as bad as we struggled last season. It was in patches. It was in patches, but because people hate the owners and are bent, you could say some people actually subconsciously actually want us to lose. Do I think Maresca is perfect? No. And I can give you one reason, but I'm not going to get into that. But again, Rain, you're entitled to your opinion, brother. We're here to have a conversation. And if we all agree, then we don't have a show. So let's hear you, your opinion on that particular comment from Rain. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. You've pretty much said everything I think anyway. But I want to add to that as well. Rain saying, "Well, he'll never shine under Maresca." Well, he did at the start of the season. We've already seen it under Maresca that he can play in that system, and he did it at the start of the season. He went on a run there for like I can't remember eight games or 9 games where he was scoring every game, assisting every game. He had a really great run under Maresca, under exactly the same football. Everything was the same.
He
So
looked even better at the start of the season than he looked last season.
yeah, I think the first couple of games he struggled a bit, but from the second to the like 10th game, he was like amazing. He was scoring every game, assisting every game. That's where he got all his assists basically and the goals, most of them. So we've already seen it that he can do it under Maresca in exactly the same position. So you can't tell me he can't do it under Maresca and he can never do it under Maresca when he's already done it. So that's just want to add that as well. So he's already done it, and he's got, I don't know, understand these people saying that he needs to play on the right. He drifts to the right whenever he wants. Look at his heat map. Watch games with your eyes. Look at his heat map for the season and look at single games. You'll see that it's 50% to the left, 50% to the right, and drops deep as well. He has a free roll to go left, right, back, forward. He can go all over the pitch. He's the only one that has that access to do that. And Enzo Fernandez, a little bit of that when he joins the attack, but he has to get back on defense. Palmer doesn't. So he's got a free roll to run around wherever he wants and do whatever he wants. He's just not producing for some reason. We know it's mental. It could be he might be carrying a little bit of an injury knock. We don't know. He's not gonna. He's that type of player that he wouldn't really say that. So could be a little bit of everything, but it's definitely 100% not down to Maresca because it's the same system, the same style of play, and he already has done it under Maresca.
Even
So
more freedom that he had on the Poch.
yeah,
So I
100%.
think, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so he's got freedom pretty much like a Poch, probably even a touch a little bit more because he never really dropped deep as much like under Poch at all. Maresca, he drops deep as well because he wants to get the ball. He wants the ball because he's hungry for the ball because he really wants it and he wants to start the play, build up play, and then sneak in between the lines. So he's done that as well. So he's all over the pitch basically. He can do what he wants, what he sees fit. And Maresca said that in an interview. Yep, he's basically got a free role. He's our 10, but he's got a free role. So you can't blame it on the manager. It's his form. His shooting's been horrible. His passing has been
I'm
pretty
coming. Go
bad.
sit down. I'm coming. Okay.
Yep, his shooting's been horrible. His passing's been pretty bad. His positional play hasn't been quite that good as he used. You can see the confidence. He doesn't really take on players as much anymore. He doesn't turn and shoot. He's looking always to just take another touch, another touch. He's kind of he's not in a good mental space. I can see that. He's just trying a bit too hard, but also not trying hard enough, if you know what I mean. He's just
and,
not
and,
taking
and
those
which
players
is
on.
commonplace with young players.
And especially when you're in a bad run of form, you're
Yeah.
going to do that. You're going to try to force it a little bit and get that extra touch. And that extra touch is just a bit too much. And we're seeing that recently. That you start trying a bit too much, and it's an extra touch, and it's not going. It's not, instead of direct taking the player on straight away, he takes those extra touches, and then that takes him away from it. And no, that's not on Maresca. He hasn't told him to do that. He's an attacking player. He can attack as much as he wants.
He
He's
will
just,
get there eventually.
yeah,
He
the
will
quality
get
is
there.
too good. He's too
Hmm.
good. Technically, he's too good. Could be.
Yeah.
We don't know. He might have something off the field, some little problems that we don't know about. It could be a lot of things. The pressure got to
And
him a little bit.
later we'll find out.
We'll find out. He's a young
Mhm.
player. The pressure's going to get to him, especially when he's not performing. Don't forget, the cameras are all on him. Everything's about him nearly every game. And yeah, that pressure got to him, unfortunately. And obviously, he hasn't really dealt with it that well. But I know he will eventually snap out of it.
Oh, yeah, eventually. Yeah, he's got the talent actually. Um, let's see what else we have here. Maresca is not flexible. His only sin is that his team missed 90% of their big chances career. Yeah, a lot of people don't listen. Let me
Coach, we've
Nkrumah.
created the number one. Now we've overtaken. We're number one in the league for creating chances.
Yeah, exactly. But Nkrumah, let me give you a secret. Those that are bent on finding you can say that are good at finding you can say negative twist to every situation, they're not going to tell you about this. The manager isn't responsible for us missing 90% of our big chances. We create a lot.
Coach, sorry. The other thing that I thought was real funny, what I seen a lot of, they saying that it was all Willy Caballero today.
Yeah, I started that too.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe people are actually believing that and they're saying that.
No, but some people know they're just being disingenuous. They just want the clicks. They just want the conversation because they know if they say that,
Exactly, but
yeah.
yeah,
But
there's no
they
respect there
know
towards Maresca,
better.
unfortunately.
Everything Caballero did today was based on were based on orders from Maresca.
Of course he was. He's just a dummy sitting at the front there, that because he has to be there. But it's all Maresca. But for people to say that the players played for Willy Caballero today, and he changed the tactics in the second game because in the second half, sorry, it's his tactics in the second half. Willy Caballero hasn't got no authority
No,
to do anything like that.
Maresca will be the one to tell him, okay, take off this player, bring on this player at this time, and he will do it. If he
Of
doesn't
course
do it,
he
he
was.
loses
He
his
was
job.
controlling everything. You can
Yeah,
see he was on the phone controlling, and yeah. Look, anyway, it's just I thought it was really funny though that they're going with that narrative.
yeah.
I couldn't stop
Unfortunately,
laughing.
you remember the conversation that he had nothing to do with Tariq George's goal or Pedro Neto's goal. Okay,
Pretty
he's
much.
talking to Rain. Maresca's football style is boring. Here's the thing: it can be boring at times, but if you understand the reason why we're not almost always, especially against teams that defend deep, to just attack, there's a risk that comes with that. Because if you pay attention to whenever we attack, we usually have nearly the entire team on the opposition half with just two players behind. That's a high risk approach. We do that too. But in some games, we decide, you know what, we're going to play with balance today. Pick and choose when we attack. Don't risk too much. And it has worked. And I'm going to tell you this. Had it not been that Maresca adopted, because the boring thing started when we started struggling. And had he not gone back to adapting a more balanced approach, not to always attack, and attack sensibly, attack with caution, play with balance, chances are we'd be 10th, 11th, or even 12th. But unfortunately, this is difficult to explain to a lot of people. But there are a few content creators that understand the importance of playing with balance. Go watch Football Yannick's videos. He always speaks with he always speaks objectively. Even when he's pained, he will. You can say you will see the human side of him, emotions, but he will still tell you. But this is what it is. You don't understand the importance of what we're trying to do. You see, Mauricio Pochettino. Why do you think he will never win the league? His scattergun approach is will almost always be a risk in the Premier League. So we're getting there. And I'm happy. And I've told people even before we won two
Rubbish
consecutive
Premier
games
League
that
coach.
I'm seeing progress.
Even in France, he struggled for a
Yeah.
while, and he's struggling with the US team as well.
So I'm seeing progress. We're playing in a more mature manner, and what the manager is doing is starting to click. When we're playing, you don't fear that we're going to consider necessarily. I get it. We still make mistakes in the back line, which is down to the personnel we'll have, not down to the approach. Even the game against Ipswich Town, we were the better side until they got a sniff at our goal, and Levi Cowell went to bed, and we considered that first goal that was an issue. That was a personnel issue, not necessarily because we were bad. If you get my point, let's see what's happening now. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. He, he said Poch has been using Palmer. No, yeah, I get the argument. I think we've addressed the Palmer argument. It's not Maresca's fault. Let's be honest here, Ren. You know I love you, brother. Don't tell me about Poch answer. They're having a good conversation there. You guys should slug it out. Lusula said hi. We witnessed what can happen when you shoot from outside the box. I was happy with Marika, who was trying to score. Just wasn't lucky. It just wasn't his day. I think he played a lot better than he's done before. But I think keeping him is going to be a huge problem come summer. Probably he may well ask to leave. I don't know. If you say Enzo ruined Parma, that means Xavi ruined Florent Wies. Yeah, that's a good example there. Potter at least has been blaming himself for losses. Maresca isn't. They're not the same. They're not the same. And do I listen to Maresca when he speaks? No. And I've told people I don't give a flying fuck about what he says. Just win. You get
So
what I'm
Rain
saying
wants
there.
to hear Maresca when we lose to say it's all my fault every time. He wants to hear weakness and that weakness. It
Yeah,
sounds
he
like he
will.
likes strength, someone that, but he wants to hear weakness. Okay.
Yeah. He says, would you keep Maresca if we miss out on the Champions League? It depends on how we miss out. It depends on how, because there are two ways we could. We could miss out for lack of his, again, it could be down to his tactical ineptitude. But if we do everything we can, and it gets down to us missing out, not having a good striker or players making mistakes, and we create enough chances, but yeah, because of you can say because of us not being potent in front of goal, I
Yeah.
think he stays. The owners they're not looking to fire him really, but I still believe we'll finish in the top five. And I think Nottingham Forest will drop out. Let's not romanticize a horrible rotation. Palmer been overplayed. I think I can agree with that. And that which was why Neil,
Yep.
I think you've heard me talk about how I believe Maresca, he did not manage João Felix well. He could have created a healthy competition between João Felix and Cole Palmer and not play Cole Palmer as much as he's played him. And then when Cole Palmer was out injured, João Felix could have come in and do the job of Cole Palmer because he has vision too. He can create a lot of good chances and is an excellent player, but he didn't do that. I blame him for that. I'm not saying, I've never said he's perfect. So yeah, I agree. He's probably something he will improve on. Chelsea needs a real striker. We do. To score goals. Yep. The question now is what profile of striker should we be looking at? Jackson does feel threatened by Tariq George. No, 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 no. I don't believe
No,
that. Their profile is different. If Jackson
he's
is
not a
there,
striker. Yeah.
yeah, he's not a striker. I think what we did that day was the manager's, you could say, tactical ingenuity. He knew probably because he doesn't have that presence. People, the forehand defensive line probably won't see him as much of a threat. But if it was Jackson, the rest assured somebody would be on him.
Yep.
So yeah, I read that game. I went back and watched that game again. I said, give this manager credit. Because if
It
you
was a
saw
it was a risk he took, but it paid off.
It wasn't. It was yeah. Driven by his intelligence. He saw how Fulham were defending, and he realized there's almost always space there, and probably knows that once Tari's Jog is there, the focus will not be on him because he's probably the smallest guy on the pitch. That's tactical
Jackson was getting
ingenuity.
man marked that game.
Yep, but they were man marking Jackson, weren't they?
Yes, they were. Yes.
But the moment Tariq Judge came on, they didn't know. They probably didn't know he was down until the ball was going to him, and then they tried to stop him. That should show you how intelligent the manager is. Even Pedro's goal, as the ball went to the flank and it was Enzo Fernandez on the flank, he was central waiting for it. That's down to the manager's tactical approach because he's looked at the game, he realized where we'd find the spaces, and it worked. I don't think Jackson will be threatened. I think he was just a manager tweaking things to help us get a result, and it worked. Maresca would get respect when he himself respects the match going fights. Okay, if that's how you see it. But I enjoy watching Hansi Flick a football attack. Hansi Flick also plays with control, but it's easier in La Liga than it can
It's
be
La
in the
Liga.
Premier League.
It's Barcelona. Yeah.
Okay, having a Rabah Taha, nice to see you once again. I do hope you're doing well. That's one of the names I like the most here, Rabah Taha. Yes, if that boy can make one-time shot and score for that, what is this? Yeah, I've said before, I think we've had that conversation before. Jackson doesn't know how to shoot instinctively. He's improved a bit, but since he experienced a goal drought, I think he's gone back to not shooting instinctively. I feel like we're going to sell Palmer. It's a possibility. Every player is sellable, but I don't think we're selling Cole Palmer right now.
200 million, you can have him.
Yeah, maybe if you can pay 200 million, then they can have. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, we're not going to sell Palmer. They're not going to sell Palmer. He's got a long contract. If anyone wants to buy Palmer, they're going to have to pay a lot of money. And like I said, they're going to have to pay 200 world record fee pretty much.
Yeah, it's not going to be cheap. And if you heard the club release a statement with regards to Enzo Fernandez, we're not looking to sell him. Even if some fans want him sold, they've said it's not going to happen.
Of course, it's not going to happen, coach. They don't want to sell their best asset, their best players. That's not happening. Those are the players that came through that are shining. They're the stars of the team. They're your base of the team, basically your top 5-6 players that are successful. So yeah, the other ones that haven't made it, but these are the ones that have made it and they're staying.
Yep, I agree. Form is what happened to Palmer, and it happens to every player, especially young players. And I don't think he's not dealing with it well. He's dealing with it well. I think he's letting it get to him. Chimera, nice to see you once again. You bring your trouble back. I think I have a lot of troublemakers in the chat. IB is in the house. Big up to all of you. Hopefully your absence simply means that you've been busy. We understand bills don't pay themselves. Rain! Hit the like button, people. 16 likes. We can do a lot better than that. 45 people in total watching. Only 13 on YouTube, but the numbers are improving gradually. We finished with 700 plus views the other day. If we continue consistently, I think our members will find out that we do daily roundup show around this period on daily basis. Then Blue Morning Show will still come back, but we need help. Lavia was great. Stay well, Lavia. More importantly, can he stay fit? We'll find out. Can we give Nico a break? Folks say guys are lazy or don't care. If you look at he scored, he had to hold back tears from coming down. They see all the things people say on social media. He was experiencing a goal drought before he got injured. But say what you like about him, even when he doesn't score, he offers a lot. But he's not quite there yet in terms of his form. He's not quite there yet, but he will get there eventually.
Not just social media, coach. They get it in the street wherever they go out to dinner. They get it from fans because our fans are. Unfortunately, there's a lot of them that are not very nice, and they give it to them in the street when they go out to dinners and stuff. It's pretty hard for these players, and they're very young players. It's some of them can deal with it. Some of them maybe not as well. But yeah, unfortunately, we know they get it at games. We've seen that happen quite a lot at games, but the stuff you don't see probably affects them much more when if they're out and about on the street, or at dinner or somewhere. Fans want a photo here and there, but a lot of fans will tell them off as well. And when people tell you off, it's not in a nice way. So it's not easy for some of them. And big up to IB as well. Yeah, my internet's much better, thanks, IB. I've moved from McDonald's Wi-Fi. Now I've got the Walmart Wi-Fi that Coach recommended, so I've moved on to that one. Yeah, Guy's still out. He's training. Maresca did say that Guy's training, and we should maybe see him next week, if not the week after, but 100% in a couple of weeks, but maybe even next week. So we'll probably see him back on, I think, on the second leg of the semi-final of the thing. I think he'll definitely be involved, and he'll play in that second leg 100%. So he's nearly back, which is, yeah, it's good in a way, but we've seen Nkunku not involved at all, to be honest, in the last two Premier League games. So, like we said, George is playing over Nkunku. He's been picked over Nkunku, and he's actually got the nod to come on as well today. So, not that we won't see Nkunku, we will see Nkunku in the Conference League most likely. So, but for the Premier League, I think that could be it for Nkunku in the Premier League, in my opinion. After the last couple of games, it might get really hard for him to come back.
Yeah, Chai, who did Dante sell for a better Wi-Fi?
Did you hear what I said, Coach?
No, I wasn't paying attention. I had to go take care of the boys.
I thought so.
Yeah, I leave their sister with them. They want to carry her, cage her. I say, if you don't give her freedom, she's going to keep screaming. Give her freedom, give her something to play with. Go ahead with what you were saying.
I was just saying, I've moved on from McDonald's Wi-Fi. You recommended Walmart, so I've gone to Walmart now.
And don't you think Walmart is worse?
I'd be saying my internet's really good.
All right, Dewey still out. Yeah, I think he's gonna be mid-May. I think I read his injury status. Big up to you too, Mabasto Fire. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I'm happy for Nicolas Jackson. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a serious confidence booster. I wonder how fans who boo humor players felt. Okay, when they saw Jackson cry after his goal, it was very important to him. They read everything people say out there, and the beautiful game. I just made a mistake. I think I should have read your comment before I big you up. Big up, Coach Dante. Isn't it ironic that we need an end of season like Poch had to get you up for Champions League? Don't get me wrong, he's still a fraud. I said it. I was just gonna. I should have read your comment before bigging you up. Nicolas Jackson, the man who listens to every Jamaican song. He always puts on Jamaican songs on Instagram story every time he takes a picture. Jamaicans, I like the spirit in everything they do in life. They want to be the best. Okay, let's see what else we have here. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, then I'll try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. What if we lose to conference? I don't think we'll lose to them. I think people underestimate Maresca tactically. I think people do that a lot. That man understands football so well. From fans' perspective, it will almost always be difficult to understand what he's doing. Even Pep, sometimes you see Man City fans complaining about Pep. Leicester City fans, the average Leicester City fans were complaining, but in its absence, they saw how bad they became. Here's the thing. Let's get that to that bridge. Remember, I tell you this. We will beat them. We will beat them because they will come at us. If they pack the bus, even better for us. We've matured in terms of dealing with teams that pack the bus. Lack of understanding is the reason why people started complaining about Maresca or calling him one-trick pony. I need to do a video where I break down how everything changed under Maresca, how we were very attacking, and what led to us changing to what the fans perceive as boring football. That was a reason for that. Did we play boring football today? No. Every pass today was on purpose because perhaps they play as the manager thought they'd play and how they've executed their recent games, and it worked to a T. Had we been had Madrid been lucky, he'd finished the game with 2 goals. Very possible on the Maresca. I hope so. Let's see. Yeah, we can all. You said Man City fans like this. All right, we must win the Conference League. Otherwise, I think we can. And I'm just gonna go back to letting you know that's a question for Maresca and the players to answer, but I think they will. They will. And I've heard people say we don't deserve the Champions League. One thing people don't realize is that the Champions League is actually easier than the Premier League. Honestly, Nicolas Jackson follows every Jamaican artist on Instagram, including Vibes Cartel. I don't like his history, but I like his music sometimes. I'll call in Mavado. I love Mavado, etc. The reason why he puts on Jamaican songs on every single Instagram story. Yeah, I like Vibes Cartel, his music, but his history is concerning to me. Coach, you're absolutely right. Maresca understanding of the game is much better from higher. Dante, did you see how seriously I started reading that?
Yeah, you did. You fell for it again.
wish we were streaming in a landscape mode and I'd use the laughing emoji and everything.
It's not hard to do. I used to do this to you all the time when I was in the chat. So.
Yeah, you do it all the time. You think I don't know? Oh my goodness. I think I like this one. I'm looking for ways to use at least claps and everything, but I like this comment. He got me. But Dante did say that in all honesty, you see better when you're in the stand.
Did you see where he sat himself, Coach, where he chose to sit?
Yeah, that was beautiful. I think
he wanted to be as far away from the fans as possible. He didn't want to be next to any fans.
Because they could distract him. Tim Sherwood did it at Tottenham.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they would boo him and they would yell, probably swear at him and, really go after him, because normally they would not sit where he sat. Normally they would go higher up and they would sit like in the VIP section there but there's a lot of season ticket holders there that would give him so much crap. So he smartly went down right behind the press box there where it's closed off, and there was no fans allowed anywhere near it.
A place where you'd have a lot of responsible people.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he didn't want to be up to the fans because normally they sit much higher up, close in between the fans almost. So he didn't want to go there. He knew if he went there, he'll be like you said, he'll be yelled at and disturbed and cannot concentrate there. So he's like, all right, you guys want to be like that? I'm gonna go basically in that spot where there's no one around.
Yeah, before we go and award a man of the match to Sanchez, that criminal has cost us more games. I wouldn't say he's cost us more games. There are games also, if you remember, he saved us. He helped us earn the points
against Bournemouth. This is the third game he's saved us, so he's got another probably 2 games so he can get even. But
yeah,
at least he's improving.
No, but he's proven he should be starting over Jorgensen at the moment. Jorgensen looks like he's struggling with confidence.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he didn't have, but he will start in the Conference League, so we'll see how we go there. But yeah, unfortunately, he didn't have a good game when he did play. Yes, the last time.
No, he didn't. He made a silly mistake. I hope Maresca stays on the stands until the end of the season. Just go away. Let's see. Siaka, South Africa. I've got a question. If Chelsea Football Club win or draw the next match, will CFC qualify? No, I think probably it will go beyond that. It will go beyond that. And we should be praying. Man City versus Nottingham Forest, that's tomorrow, right?
Yep.
The better result that will show you can say will produce immediate dividend, you could call it that, will be if City beat Nottingham Forest, then they will stay where they are, which is below us right now. But with a draw, we have more opportunity. We have 2 teams that we could leapfrog in the table because with the draw, Man City would drop 2 points, right? And Nottingham Forest will also drop 2 points. So that
A draw,
means,
yeah, we need a
yeah,
draw.
exactly. So draw will be better, but if City beat Nottingham Forest, then yeah, they stay where they are. We see immediate dividend, which I think the fans would prefer to see that. Then if the game, if Nottingham Forest beat Man City, still good for us in a way, but they will leapfrog us. So it's not going to be a good result for us. If either of the two teams has to win, let it be City to keep Nottingham Forest where they are. Go ahead if you were saying something.
Yeah, pretty much like that. And but the way Nottingham Forest are playing, call about parking the bus. The way they play, they've been very lucky the last 2-3 games. Extremely lucky. The opposition should have scored so many goals against them, but they're just parking the bus and playing the worst type of football you can imagine. But they're somehow scraping out results. So I don't see them. I don't. I see Man City winning that game. To be honest, the way they're playing, Man City's got a little bit of confidence back. They're playing well. They're attacking quite well, defending not too bad either. I think Man City will win unless Forest get a 1-0 lead, park the bus like crazy, and somehow hold on again like they have in the last couple of games. But the luck has got to run out, to be honest, because that type of football is not sustainable. So I do expect Man City to beat them in that game. Rain, yeah, no, I don't hate match going fans. There is quite a lot that I do hate because I've spoken to them personally, and yes, uh, they have no respect for other people. So there's a lot of them that I do, yes, that I don't like at all. But no, there's a lot of good ones as well, of course. So it's a problem, though. It's a big problem. A lot of the match going fans, it is a big problem. Till we sort that out and get a better stadium, bigger stadium, and some new fans in these grounds. It still remain a problem, unfortunately.
And I'm going to say this quickly. If you are a match going fan and you boo your team under any circumstance, then yeah, I have a reason to hate you, but I don't hate them. I just try to educate them that
Booing's
you're called
Yeah,
a supporter for a reason. You are the
booing can
choice.
happen, coach. If
Yeah,
but they've gone beyond booing. It's beyond
they can't be.
booing.
It's just hatred. It's just
It's
unnecessary.
hatred.
Yeah, exactly.
It's when
Your
you start
team
calling
needs
horrible names and chanting and
exactly.
being really disrespectful. It's gone beyond booing.
Calling the manager wanker. I don't think that's okay. Listen, your team needs you the most if you're a supporter when they're losing. And when we considered 2 goals, was it against Nottingham Forest? They started booing them. Is that okay? No. Was it against Nottingham Forest that they started booing them, or was it
At
against
halftime,
even against Fulham? It was
booing.
against Fulham that they called him a wanker.
Yeah, they were at halftime. They were,
Yeah,
yeah,
at halftime they were booing him. If
booing him and calling him a wanker. Yeah.
exactly. So I don't think that's okay. It wasn't like we're playing badly. James made a mistake and we conceded from that, but we still proved that yeah, we that game was ours to lose and we won. It was a good win. We didn't look like we were going to lose that game. I believe we weren't going to lose that game even after we conceded. But here's the thing: the point is, you're called a supporter. Let's go. Fans doesn't really define what supporters do. But the name supporter is reflective of the purpose of being a fan. It's to support your team. And when do you need support most? Is when your team is losing, when your team is in bad form. That's when you need them. Look at Real Madrid. 3-0 down to Arsenal at the Bernabeu. They believe they were going to be able to come back. There are instances where you see the fans can make a difference. Why in the world? Again, I couldn't believe it that the Legia Warsaw fan came to the bridge and outfanned us.
That's happened. That
That
happens
happened.
most weeks.
Yeah, they outfanned us. I'm not saying we should accept bad behavior from the players or lack of commitment from but the case wasn't lack of commitment. If you think the manager was the problem, but don't boo your team. Your team, I've seen teams come back from 3-0 down. Yeah, I've seen that happen. Legia Warsaw fans came to the bridge believing they will actually uh, cancel the 3-goal deficit and actually beat us. Why?
And they help
Because
the
their
team. They
fans,
help the team win.
yeah, because their fans were behind them. So my point is, irrespective of how you feel about the owners, about the team, you need to support your team. And fan support could be the difference between your team getting relegated and surviving relegation. Fans support could be the difference between a team winning a game, drawing a game, or losing a game. Honestly, we need to watch how we behave on match days. Do fans have right to show dissent? Yeah. To show they're not happy? Yes. But pay attention to when you do it. If you're a supporter and you don't support your team when they need you the most, then you're a fair weather fan. Let me phrase it another way. If the only time you support your team is when they win games, simple. You're a fair weather fan. You're not like if it was a relationship. Once the money, once your partner isn't, you could say, producing what whatever is the reason, you could say, I don't know how I have to phrase that. Maybe let's stick with money. Once they don't have money, that's it. You're gone. It's not okay. That's just my opinion. But let's see what else we have here. Coach, did you notice how Sanchez was on his best behavior because Willie Caballero was okay? Look at that twist right there. That did you see that one? That's a good one. That's definitely a good one.
That's good. And they even got the same hairstyle and the same beard.
But I like that one from that guy there. Also, I saw the rumor of Dortmund goalie Gregor Kobel agent visiting Chelsea. I think if we are looking to sign another goalkeeper, we should be looking beyond Kobel. But I think the reports we're seeing is absolute horse dung, in my opinion. Yeah, coach, it
He's
sounds
doing the
like
rounds, coach. He came to London to meet with a lot of teams, not just Chelsea. It's not
yeah,
Chelsea.
yeah. Coach, it sounds like your boy are trying to tear the house down. What did you feel? Here's the thing. Let me say something quickly. I will clean up the house. And my wife was telling me when we were buying furniture when we moved that it's not practical to go for white.
No.
But that's, by the way, because they're still young. I will clean
And
up the
definitely
house,
leather. Yeah, you got
yeah,
leather.
and go. Whew, that was yeah, a long one. And then I'll go use the bathroom and come back, come out. Everything will be everywhere again. But I still love them though. Yeah, I didn't realize it was gonna be that difficult, but I've gotten used to it. It's an FA Cup game, guys. It's not EPL.
Yeah, we made a mistake. Yep.
Which one?
Forest and City, they already played, but now it's the FA Cup game. It's not the league game.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay. The next one is yeah, true. So we mixed that up. So thank you for that. Yeah. Um yeah. So yeah, that was a bad calculation right there. Much love to you. Yo, boys. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. All love. Let's see what else we have here. And Nee Zion from the Blue Cloud Media. Always nice to see you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular evening for me. And that's BCM. Yeah, and guys, apologies for the mix-up. Yeah, it's an FA Cup tomorrow. They've already played them, so that doesn't count. Yeah. Wanker is a term for we called Sari and Potter was, but it's still name calling. That's
And
the
me.
point here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still name calling. I don't defend that behavior, but it happened after Mariska blamed fans. You could argue that that was the case, but you get my point. I don't think we should be behaving that way. It doesn't help us. We need the fans the most now. Their focus should be on supporting the team. If Forest lose and Chelsea win, no, that game doesn't count. Apologies, we mixed things up. That's an FA Cup game. They had already played the Premier League game, and City beat them. Yeah, so that result doesn't count. So apologies for mixing things up there. La Liga fans are the worst. You can argue, but big up to you too, Chelsea. Stephen, nice to see you, the panel, and the Chelsea family. I'm happy for the win. It was a good win, a controlled performance, I must say once again. But I don't have Bobby Fairview here to ask me what sort of controlled performance. Yeah, I think I've addressed that. Rainey saying players and managers earn a lot of money. They at least could handle booing, in my opinion. I mean, as a normal person, I have to handle a lot of stuff, but I get it, yeah. But the
They
definition
can.
of fans tells you everything you need to know why they are there in the stadium in the first place. And the Bluetooth game said I'm guilty of booing them from the stands, but in my defense, it was because Gallagher gave the ball away. So that's totally acceptable.
No
Yeah.
objection there, beautiful. No objection. Anything Gallagher is good. Or Pochettino is good.
I am not objecting against that. That's right. UK fans think they are better. I've seen people speak that way, say something that suggests that's the case. Unfortunately, let's see what we have here. The only solution to a bad fan atmosphere is for us to get an 80,000 seater stadium. I think that will balance things out. Yep. So that African Americans and Asian fans that can outnumber grumpy locals. Wow, that is some comments right there. But I think expansion of a new stadium will help solve the problem to a certain extent because it will have more number of fans attending games, which you could argue balance things out. But it can show a good example of who a fan is. All right, what else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. At once, I used to criticize Chelsea FC so much after it was sold and losing a lot, but now I am open-minded. I think open-minded will be good. It's a healthy thing to do. It will go a long way for you. There are US-based panelists on most Chelsea fan channels, and it wouldn't be the same without you guys. Except, could just go away. Just
Thanks, the Blue. I
Yeah,
appreciate you.
thank you. Just leave me the heck alone. Go away. I don't like you. Man of the match was Trevor. He deserved the award. What a performance! What a player! I gave it to Robert Sanchez in my opinion. I think he was the reason that we didn't drop points in that game.
I
Um,
actually, coach, I actually, for me personally, I gave it to Caicedo. I think he did an amazing job right back, inverting, and then the second half, basically playing in the midfield and dominating the midfield in that second
he,
half.
he
So
had a brilliant game.
for me
Yeah.
personally, because I think that's what he did, how much he ran and playing in two separate positions like that, and then coming and playing, I think he did an amazing job. For me, I gave him the man of the match. For me, because Sanchez struggled in the first half. He dropped a ball, nearly gave a penalty away. So he didn't really play that well in the first half, Sanchez, to be honest. He nearly cost us a couple of goals.
Honestly, I give him man of the match. He was again his thing, and one thing today we outperformed our XG.
Yes, yes.
And that has happened in how many games right now? I think 3 games in a
Not
row.
many. Not many, yeah.
But I think three is it 3 games
I
or
think it's the
two at
third
least?
game now, yeah.
Yeah, with that we've outperformed that actually. That's a good sign, which means we do. But yeah, it was a good performance overall, and I'm happy. And if you noticed, Everton tried to they tried to unsettle us with their physicality, but it didn't work. Did you notice
Yeah,
that,
no,
Dante?
it didn't quite work. A little bit sometimes, but most overall it didn't work, no.
No, it didn't work. Yeah. When it seemed as if it worked, we got a foul for it, didn't we?
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
and
yeah. Well, the only because
Mhm.
I'm thinking when Levi Colwell got a bit pushed and he lost the ball and then they nearly scored. So there was a bit of physicality when they did win a couple of times that nearly cost us. But overall, that's tiny. So yeah, overall, 100% they didn't as they normally would. No, definitely not.
Do you know why I started talking about that? The moment I saw Bobby in the in in the studio, it came to mind. Big up, new Zion people. Go and subscribe to my bros YouTube channel. The link is there. Let's help him get to 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. He deserves that. Streams every day, very hardworking. We can help him make it happen. And the link you will see the link to his YouTube channel there is shared there, highlighted on the screen. Let's make that happen. At once, yep, I think we've addressed that. Thank you for that. And IB is saying man of the match was Trevor. He deserved the award. Trevor was good. He had an excellent game. He's looking better and better under Maresca. If you're saying Maresca doesn't improve players, I haven't seen Trevor Chalobah play with such measure of confidence that I've seen him on occasions not be in a hurry to put the ball forward or try to dribble a player and not complete the dribble and lose the ball. He dribbles confidently, and completes plenty of dribbles, and he doesn't come across as if he's lacking in confidence in terms of his ability on the ball. He's looked calmer on the ball. He's looking like somebody that realized the manager actually really likes him and is assuming or showing a lot of confidence, in my opinion. And I'm happy for him. And I'm going to say this: at the end of the season, he may well do a Kukurea if he continue performing like this. Not one off, I get it, but of late he's performed consistently. I hope he finishes the season like that. He says, "Nah, Dante, it's bald. Bald-headed Sanchez. He did
Big up,
well."
knee. Yeah,
Um,
just my opinion. I just think he had an amazing game on multiple levels, and yeah, doing that is not easy. What he did,
the high
stopping.
claims for me, more importantly, the high claims you could say neutralized Everton's aerial threat because I was concerned
Yes,
that their
yes.
aerial dominance will be where we're going to struggle. But it looks like the set piece man did this thing, which is Sanchez being the one because he's able to use his hand too, and he did it perfectly, better than I've ever seen him do. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, look, that's why I didn't give it to him because in the first half he tried to come out and claim a couple of balls, and he claimed and dropped it, and he had to recover that. Lucky the player didn't get it off him and scored because he wasn't positioned as well. So he fumbled that one. The one after that is the one he clattered into that guy. When he went for it, he got it, but he dropped the ball and then smashed the guy. So that almost could have gone either way. Could have been other referees might have seen that as a penalty. So he was a bit loose with his hands. He wasn't very good at all in that first half, in my opinion, and that's why I think Caicedo had the better game overall. He was consistent and strong all game, doing it in two different positions as well. I just thought that, yeah, but I don't mind Sanchez getting it. He deserves it because he did well in that second half. But just that first half, I think he struggled at the start to come out and claim those balls. He really couldn't hold these balls very well, coach.
It didn't look like he was going to lose that game. He didn't. He was all out to win it. I think there was one occasion where he lost the ball and turned around. He was still on the carpet and still won it back. That was how good he was. Rudy got
Looks
red
like the
card.
Blues
So
getting it in the crowd.
sorry.
The beautiful games is getting it in the crowd. You did it for some reason. I think, because your boys were crying, you were listening to that instead.
All right, thank you for saying that, Maresca. But glad he's playing Trevor also. Well, on the lap, okay. We are all in the lap. I haven't heard that. I am not like his hustle Guru 2.0, but he cannot head the ball. I don't. I'd rather we sign another player than the lap. Probably the only reason I take the lap over Benjamin Sesko is that he has Premier League experience. But right now, I'd say please get me Sesko. One more thing I forgot to ask: how many games does Chelsea FC have left in the EPL? Which teams are we playing, Dante? Let me.
Four.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
just go ahead. Go ahead, Dante.
Liverpool's next.
Okay,
We've
Liverpool is
got
next. Yep.
Yeah, we've got Newcastle. Then the last one's Nottingham Forest. Uh, and in between we have who is it? Bring it up there, coach. I can't remember the other one. Is it Bournemouth? No.
So we have Liverpool. We have Newcastle away. We have
Yeah.
Manchester United,
Oh,
Nottingham Forest.
United. Yeah, United and then
Yeah, I think
Forest.
you
Yeah.
missed Manchester United.
United's the one I missed. Yeah.
Okay. The games are changed. We finish the season in May, then in June, we have the Club World Cup. Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of games, yeah. So yeah, one more thing. Yeah, you've seen that, and Lee is saying that Rudy got in trouble. He just threw something at the ref from the bench. Wow.
Oh,
So probably gonna face more suspension than just the red card. Barcelona won the cup. Okay, yeah. Ancelotti
you
getting
know why I
sacked.
said that, coach? Because I said Sanchez couldn't hold his balls in the air. You didn't listen. He kept
I
dropping the
heard
ball.
you. I just want
Yeah.
to go to heaven, but go ahead. Yeah, I think overall it was a good game in my opinion. We didn't look like we were gonna drop points actually. And I, as I said during the pre-game show, that the worst we can get from that game would be a draw. And then, but I still did say that
Yeah.
we're winning that. And hopefully, again, there's a possibility of Liverpool winning the game before they meet. No, 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 no. They're meeting
Yeah,
us.
they'll win the title already. They'll have the. We have to give him a guard of honor, most likely.
If they, there's a possibility of them winning it before they meet us, right?
If they win their game, they will win the title.
If they win what game? Their game
You,
tomorrow
yes, correct.
against who?
Uh, can't remember who it is now. Um, it's against not tomorrow. I think it's Tuesday. Oh no, tomorrow. Yeah, against Tottenham at home against Tottenham.
They're gonna beat them.
Yeah, if they win that, they've got the title. So we'll have to give them a guard of honor. But that's actually good for
That's
us
fine.
because they're going to be partying, drinking, and yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I think I did say that during during the pregame show. Usually, when teams win the league, the rest of their games that are mere formalities, usually they don't. They take their again. The players take their foot off the pedal. It's
Of
not
course,
intentional. It's a human thing.
especially the first game after because they party that those they're going to party and they have a quick turnaround to play us.
Yeah, it's a human thing. So I
Yeah,
expect them. I expect them to be poor on that day, honestly, and I'm serious about that. So that will go a long way for us. I think we're gonna beat them. No way should we give them a guard of honor if they, yeah, if they win the league before that time. It's required. So they're playing Tottenham. You could argue they've already won the league.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right, coach. I'll
definitely.
let you go, guys, because my son just woke up, so I got to go.
All right, I'll talk to you later. I'll just get Bobby's opinion on the game, and then
Bobby's
we'll
on
call it.
anyway. He'll help you guys. Take care, guys.
All right. Thank you, brother. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. No, no, no. You know, it's morning for them. It's not like the Blue Morning Show that his son will be in bed that he have the time. But yeah, he works from home, so yeah, always has to deal with his son. Come on, Liverpool, let's go win it tomorrow, and we give them a guard of honor, and then slap them. I don't think we can beat them 6-0. I think we can beat them, and us beating them will be down to the fact that yeah, they will take the. Let me just not disrespect us. I think we can beat them. It's not. It's a human thing to take off, to take the foot off the pedal once off the gas, maybe like Americans would say. Once a goal has been reached, it's a subconscious thing. But if we take that game for granted, they will beat us. But if we show the sort of spirit we've shown in our last two games, I think we're beating them. Yeah. No way. It's not a requirement to get. Isn't it a requirement? I thought Bobby, the guard of honor, isn't it a requirement?
Yes, it is. You
It
have
is
to
a
do that.
requirement. You have to.
And it should be more incentive to win. But, I don't think anybody, I forget about them winning the Premier League. We have to earn the right to win the game. I was hearing some of the things Dante was saying. I have to say, I'm not a Robert Sanchez fan, but I think it's very disingenuous. To take away today from him. I really do. I'm not his greatest fan, but you have to give credit where credit is due.
Hmm.
And all that nitpicking, oh, he clattered into a defender, which was six of one and half a dozen of the
You
other.
should know Dante don't like
Um,
him to
yeah,
that
it's too
extent that he does nothing good
no,
in his eyes.
it's too much. That's nitpicking. He carried out two sure goal saves. Those shots were heading straight into the back of the net, and he saved it. He was collecting the ball from crosses out of the air, which took away pressure, and as you said, which nullified the
The
aerial threat.
aerial dominance. Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm.
A lot of other players had excellent games. Yes, they did come to use their physicality and it didn't work. I thought that was largely down to the performance of Romeo Lavia in midfield. Caicedo had an excellent game as always, as did Cucurella. The only people I felt were not really performing well was, I don't know. Some people are saying um, um, Cole Palmer did this and that. No,
I think they
Cole
all
Palmer,
had a good
no,
game. Nobody was scored.
Cole Palmer had a stinker. We sometimes have to call it as it is. I'm a Cole Palmer fan, but he had a stinker. He was
Hmm.
giving the ball away. He was getting bullied off the ball. He couldn't take shots. Yeah, he strung one or two passes together, but for the position he was playing and the level of performance required in a game like this, he was more of a liability than anything else on the field. It's just that we have nobody else to be able to play to substitute him. So he needs to find his form. But as of today, I'm not going to join the delusional brigade and start trying to say he had any sort of game. He was very poor today. Jackson as well. Apart from the goal, he did some silly things. Nicolas Jackson, that goal taught should have taught him that you have to shoot. He tries to take too many touches. That's why he's not scoring. If he shoots on sight, he would score more. So his goal was excellent, but his overall performance wasn't great. So those two didn't perform well, but everybody else in the team, I thought someone was trying to criticize Colwell and Chalobah. I thought they were excellent today. They had excellent games, especially Chalobah. Yeah, Colwell made one mistake, yes, but he
Chalobah looked a
recovered.
different player.
Yeah, Chalobah had an excellent game. It was a good day at the office. Let's put it that way. It was a good day.
So
Everton
something else I
came.
want to ask you: did you see that time? And Bobby, let's say this quickly. I think we're starting to see why we hired a set piece coach, because I'm quite sure the idea of Robert Sanchez coming out for every ball that was put into our box that wasn't on the carpet was must be from the set piece coach, because that's the way you nullify teams that are better than you, really, and it worked. And here's this, something else I wanted to say quickly. What was that? I just lost it because I was explaining that. But let me just leave it at that. Maybe if it comes to mind again, I will again interject and let you know. But we have to give the set piece coach credit. We were just brilliant at nullifying them aerially today. They had no chance. Look at the incident I
Um,
wanted to
um,
talk about, Bobby. You
uh,
remember when they put the ball inside the box that Trevor Chalobah went for an aerial duel? He got his head to it, but the ball was going to land on the feet of an Everton player. You know what saved us? The manager's approach of having Caicedo, when we're defending, play as a right back. He was there to ensure the Everton player didn't have a free pass. And it
yeah,
worked. Go
yeah. I
ahead,
mean,
Bobby.
this is what I'm saying. Having a fit Lavia afforded us the opportunity to play
Mm,
Caicedo at right back.
preach.
And it was a very, very important tactic for today. Make no mistake about it, Everton came with every desire and determination
To
to
win.
ruin the day for Chelsea. That was their prize. They wanted to be spoilers today. That kind of team, that's what they do. And they did everything they could. They really did everything they could, but they were completely neutralized today. The better team won in every way, shape, or form. And it shows if you're intelligent and you have the right type of players that can take on physicality, you can win that right to play. And that's what we did today. Lavia was crucial, crucial in the way we played because that allowed Caicedo to go right back.
To did what I
Um,
just explained. Yeah.
and when Lavia went off and Reece James came on, Caicedo went central and James went right back. Reece James is, I don't know, he's somewhat slow and ponderous. I think he's still trying to find his feet after a lot of time off with injury.
I don't think it's fully fit yet.
Well, he's not match fit yet, that's
Mhm,
for sure.
mhm.
So it's taken him time, and he's quite slow and ponderous. But all the same, um, he's very effective, and he's way above average. I think we got the tactics right, the players' application was right, apart from the two key players up front. If Jackson and Palmer find form, this team will be flying, and I'd feel more confident. But as it is, Palmer looks weak. He looks weak. He doesn't look. You come across a physical team, and they're out muscling him. Um, Jackson, well, he's still trying to find some sort of form.
It's not quite there.
Yeah, but if they both can quickly find their way, that would be a huge help to the team. And if Lavia can stay fit, my goodness, then we'll have hope. We'll have a lot of hope. So we'll have
And,
to
and
wait
and
and see.
Lavia does know how the manager plays. He played under him, I think, at the City Academy. I think so.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. Go ahead, Bobby.
he
Sorry
does.
for cutting you off.
He
Yeah.
does. I have to shout out something because that was partly why I was late joining your stream. I don't know. It will mean more to us in the UK than for you guys in America. I watched the Eubank Conor Ben Jr. fight, and oh my goodness, what a
Boxing
battle!
fight.
Yeah, those two, they produced what their fathers produced, and they gave us an amazing contest. It was a fight of one of the biggest and best fights you will see of this era. For the fight fans out there, I would recommend you watch that fight. For us Brits, we understand the rivalry, we understand the legacy. Their fathers fought some battles, and now their sons have done the same thing. It was amazing, amazing battle. So that was why I was late.
Yeah. The Bluetooth game is saying here, thank you for that, Bobby. Not gonna lie, Palmer's next goal will be greeted with the biggest cheer. It will be rapturous. Hopefully, it'll be in
If it
at the breach. Um,
if it's at home, well,
yeah,
another thing I want to point out is I'm beginning to notice, and I hope the club have something to do with this, and I hope some of the club Chelsea. What's the name of that Chelsea advisory board? I hope they have something to do with this because the fan base, especially around the shed, they're putting a load of young men there. They're giving them flags, they're giving them things, and they're beginning to produce atmosphere. They're beginning to produce a vociferous section of the Chelsea home ground, and this is the only way we can address this fan noise situation. You put some young lads up there, you band them together, get them to sing together, give them scarves, flags, things like that. I mean, I thought it was really good to see flags in the stands. Yes, I think there's a rule you can't wave them during the game, but interludes, you could see them, and the Chelsea fans were visible today. And they have to build on that and make that more of a thing. I don't know if you noticed it, but I certainly noticed it. I thought, the fans' support today at home was was
it was
was
good.
very good.
There were
Yeah,
no issues. It was good.
and that will help us in this running.
Yeah, it will. It will. We need them. We need the fans. No need to fight between ourselves right now. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I think I agree with you. And did you see poor Graham Potter? But a good thing is that they're staying up. A fresh start for him next season. I hope they keep him. But he's still. I don't think he's good at navigating the Premier League. He will get the team to start playing good football, but I don't think he's good at finding a way to create a team that plays with good balance, offensively and defensively. Um, I think he's proven he's not able to do that. At Chelsea, I notice he doesn't like to use players that are, again, more traditional sixes that are good at shielding the back line. He opted for CMs, central midfielders, instead of DMs. He always attack, and risks a lot defensively. And the Bluetooth game says that I know it's not gonna happen, but if Spurs manager manage to beat Liverpool, it would turn the Chelsea game into the game of the season. Yep, I don't want that to happen. I'm not a neutral. I want, I want, I want Liverpool to get the game done and dusted, the trophy done and dusted before they play us. But you cannot script football. You
Yeah.
cannot script football. Don't be surprised tomorrow night you see Sports batter them 6-0. You just look at Arsenal thinking they've beaten Crystal Palace.
Hmm.
Yeah, football is crazy. Aston Villa today, when they're beaten by, was it Crystal Palace again? What's the scoreline?
Yeah, 3-0.
3 nil.
Yeah.
That's Premier. That's football. That's how crazy football is. So you don't hold your breath on on Liverpool beating them. I know because it's sports. You'd say it's automatic. They've won the league already. But yeah, you just cannot script the game. You can have a good idea, a sensible idea with regards to what the possible, most likely outcome of a game would be. But then again, it would be something else. Remember the season that Leicester City won the league. the
Mm.
the odds were 1,000 to 1, right, or something to that effect, and a lot of people made a lot of money from it. So I'll try and watch it. I like boxing, but I haven't watched it in a while. But I'll try and watch it. Bobby, go ahead. Were you saying something?
Yeah, I was going to speak about Graham Potter. I think Potter will be good for West Ham. Potter is a type of manager that needs time. Big up DJ. It was just uh, that needs time, and he, we all saw what he did with Brighton. But he he's not really one of those great tacticians.
No, he's
He
not.
will produce a team with time that knows what it's doing and becomes very, very effective. But the season's over now. He'll need the summer to build up and see what he can do with West Ham. But long may they continue to struggle, if you ask me.
Yeah, if they give him time, he will improve the league. He will improve the team. Do I think he gets to win the league? I'd say no. Does you say he has? He's good at building a unit, but there's a lot that he needs to change about his philosophy. It's just like the one of the reasons why I say we shouldn't hire was the manager that was at Brighton that went to France. He has a
Yeah,
very exciting approach. He can build a team that will play beautiful football, but there are lots of imperfections with his approach. Things he needs to sort out to be able to win a trophies, in my opinion.
yeah.
Until he
I have
does
to.
that, he will always remain a mid-table team or something like that, or perform very well and end up not winning anything. Go ahead, Bobby. Were you saying something?
Yeah, I have to agree with DJ what he's just said here. There are some issues still which need to be worked on. Least to mention the performance of Cole Palmer and Nicolas Jackson overall. And Sanchez did save us today. I can't understand anyone
He
coming
earned
and
he
saying
earned us the
otherwise.
3 points.
He did. He did. The shots he saved were certain goals. They were not easy saves either. He had to have a strong hand. He had to really get the ball and push it out. And those corners and free kicks that he plucked the ball out of the air when we could have very easily have been put under pressure. Everton came to win today. Nobody should kid around. They
Yeah,
came all out
no
today.
risks for them. They had nothing
Yeah,
to lose but just to try to win. And you can say that hoodoo we have over them for a billion years, they would have loved it to end.
they came all out today, and we managed to deal with them. So yeah, I mean we have to give Sanchez his flowers, whether we like him or
And
not.
also the manager for realizing what we need to do to not let them, you can say, to beat them.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So DJ, how do I celebrate a DJ here? The bull horn. Where is it? Where is it? Where is the trumpet? Air horn. Okay. DJ, play us some music there. So DJ says, big up Bobby and Kuchila. Big up to you too. The atmosphere today was very good. Obviously, we had tense moments because at 1-0, the game is still the balance. Sanchez saved us. And also, you could say all the high claims made a difference. If you understand football, you'd know that, yeah, he helped neutralize Everton's aerial dominance. It seemed as if we were actually the better side aerially today. And boy, I still want to talk about Chalobah. We'll look at his number. He was brilliant today, aerially on the carpet, and I think he's improved quite a lot under Enzo Maresca. And I've said this before. I get it. People will say, yeah, but he won the Club World Cup with us. Was it the Club World Cup? No, he won the European Super Cup with us. But listen, Chalobah comes across as more confident on the ball. I've seen him of late a dribble without you seeing any signs of him being panicky or panicking of him panicking or nervous. He's improved, and I'm gonna say this: he may well be the surprise of the summer and sustain. He may well do a Cucurella because the truth remains. If he proves that he's a good player and the fact that he's Chelsea through and through, I think the club would decide to keep him. They want that. He has a chance as long as he performs consistently till the end of the season. And see what did you hear what Maresca said about him?
He
I think
was the best
Maresca has
defender
improved him.
today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Chalobah was the best defender today by
yeah.
far.
You could say if you see the way he's playing, you could see that reflects the fact that the manager trusts him and he knows that the manager trusts him. And we outside that, didn't we talk about how it seems like he's one of the preferred CVs by the manager? I think we talked about that during the pregame show.
Mm.
And the manager said openly that Chalobah is good, very important. He plays out from the back. Let me break it down to a more relatable language. When we play out from the back, he's perfect. When he needs to defend, he defends perfectly. I think Maresca loves him, honestly, and I would trust him before trusting Fofana. Yeah, so Sanchez saved this today, but I give the manager credit too for realizing, yeah, Sanchez should be starting over Philip Jorgensen. Jorgensen looks like at the moment he has a confidence issue, and the set piece coach I think is doing his job. We're starting to see the dividends of him being part of the crew. Coach in Liverpool, that coach doesn't rotate a starting lineups a lot. I expect the regular Liverpool squad in full. Yeah, I hope they wrap it up tomorrow. That will go along with for Barcelona won the Copa del Rey. I think Carlo will be signed. I think we already know he's leaving already. It's unfortunate that it's going to end in a very bad way for him after all he achieved. He achieved there. Anything else? Chalobah is superb today. Lavia excellent as usual, and I think I have to give Enzo Maresca credit with regards to how he manages the fitness of these players. Carlo is leaving at the end of the season. Yeah, we already know that. Yep. So Caicedo played. Caicedo didn't look like he wants to lose this game today. And I'm going to mention an incident I've already mentioned where he lost the ball and he was still on the carpet and still didn't need to stand up to win the ball back. He looked like a player that was determined this is not going to end in a draw. We win in this one. Yeah, he's excellent. He was excellent on the day. This is the thing, how much more does Trevor has to prove? Before he was poor, he was shaky. And I think one of the main reasons why the club wanted to sell him. Listen, I think sometimes these players, they pay too much attention to what the media are saying. The media started the rumors that if we sign the Sissi, that he's going to leave. I remember that. And I wanted him to stay and fight for his place. The moment we signed the Sissi, he was fine, didn't say anything. But the moment Bayern came calling, he wanted to join Bayern. And the new owners have proven the moment if you do that, they will look to sell you. Listen, he wasn't perfect, but he's looking better and better under Enzo Maresca. But that's just my opinion anyway. I agree, but it was just rumors. He could get sacked if they lose. I think, okay, let me just leave it at that. Chalobah is a good rotational player, but still has a long way to go to be a better option than Tosin and Achibong. I
That's
don't
not true.
know. I
Not true
respect
at all.
Tosin. Tosin's acceleration is his only issue, in my opinion. Chalobah accelerates quicker, but Tosin reads the game better, more experience. You could say better aerially. He's taller, so correct me if he's not taller, but I think he's better on the ball, has better passing range. But they're different. They complement each other. Both can actually start together. Chalobah better than Disasi? I'd say yes. And remember when we were having a conversation, the moment Enzo Maresca arrived, where we told people that yeah, decisive probably on the chopping blocks. Why? Under the slightest of pressure, he cracks. He makes primary school level mistakes, and he's proven us right. Even at Aston Villa. Go ahead, Bob. You wanted to say anything else before we look at their numbers? I want to see Chalobah's numbers. Enzo Fernandez was excellent. Lavia, my goodness, it was all around good performance. Not even though the attacking players were not at their best today, but still, all the players wanted to win this one. Anything else you want to say, Bobby, before we look at Chalobah's numbers?
No, let's go look at the numbers.
Okay, just one more thing. So talking to Mackinum there, and has the CC stopped spinning from what Doku did to him? Each negative play. So let's look at Chalobah's numbers. I think he had a brilliant game. Enzo Fernandez, I told people we disrespect him quite a lot. What people were saying he's not good enough for the Premier League, I told them that's not the case. He can be physical, but as a typical South American, he'd rather draw a foul. But right now, he doesn't always prefer to draw a foul. Sometimes he slugs it out with you and shows you cannot muscle him off the ball. Before you do, it has to be a foul. Chalobah played it for 90 minutes. I get it. No goals, no assists, no shots. But yeah, he was focused on doing his job and he did it to a T. Accurate passes 62 out of 69, 90%. And if you remember, there was one he found Cole Palmer from our defensive line. He can actually orchestrate good long balls, actually. He's good at that. And then expected assist 0.01. You can argue the only one that counts was that one that he found Cole Palmer. Touches 80 in total, touches in opposition box, 1 passes into the final third, 8. That's a high for a defensive player. Wow. Accurate long balls, 1 out of 6. And that one, he got Cole Palmer, the accurate one. Defense tackles 1, 2 out of 2, 100%. Clearances 8 in total. Headed clearances 5. He was excellent aerially too. You could argue he's actually improved in that aspect. Headed clearances of 5. Interceptions none. Defensive actions 10 in total. Recoveries 3. Dribbled past 0 times. That's important too. Dues 1, 3 dues lost 1. Ground dues 1, 2 out of 2, 100%. Aerial dues 1, 1 out of 2, 50%. I think it was an excellent game, excellent outing for him on the day. And I'm still going to say this: he may well do a career at the end of the season, but I think he would take him performing consistently till the end of the season. Let's see. Look at Romeo Lavia's numbers and see. Yep, he made a difference today. And Bobby, like you explained clearly, he was the reason why we were able to use Caicedo the way we did. And I hope he stays fit because Caicedo will do a lot defensively for us if Lavia is on the pitch. He played for 67 minutes. I think the manager had to take him off because probably still not 100% in terms of match fitness. Accurate passes 33 out of 39, 85%. Chances created 1. Expected assist 0.02. The same thing. Then touches 46 in total. Touches in opposition box 0 because he was busy shielding our defensive line. Successful dribbles 1 out of 1. Passes in the final third 7. Accurate long balls 1 out of 1. Defensive actions, Tackles one out of 250%. That's excellent in my opinion. Clearances one, interceptions two, defensive actions seven in total, recoveries two, dribbled pass one time. Duels won six, duels lost four. Grand duels won three out of seven, 43%. That's still fine. Aerial duels won three out of three, even though he's not the tallest. That's excellent. Fouls committed two. I'm gonna look Enzo Fernandez. I think he's an excellent. He was excellent again once again and got an assist actually. Correa was good, but I don't think we have to look at all their numbers. But also, except for again, it wasn't a perfect day for all attacking players. And Nani Madueke could have scored two goals. He was good. The only thing that didn't go his way was that he didn't score goals. Honestly, uh, 90 minutes for Enzo Fernandez. Assists one, total shots one, accurate passes 37 out of 46, 80%. Chances created two, expected goals 0.06, expected goals on target 0.00, expected assist 0.02. Okay, let's see. Attack shots on target 0 out of 1 attempt. Blocked shots 1, touches 63 in total, touches in opposition box. Non-successful dribbles 0 out of 3 attempts. Passes in the final third 9. Accurate crosses 0 out of 3 corner kicks. So yeah, accurate long balls 4 out of 7, 57%. That's his thing. Whenever he's in a deeper position, he's more effective. Corners too, yeah, that's why he had zero accurate crosses. Dispossessed one time, non-penalty exits 0.06. Tackles 1 out of 250%. Clearances 2. Interceptions none. Defensive actions 4 in total. Recoveries 7. Dribbled pass twice. Dues 1 5. Dues lost 6. Ground dues 1 5 out of 11. 45%. Was fouled 3 times. So he had a good outing though. But they all did well. It was a good game overall for all of them. But our attacking players could have done a lot better. But the signs are good, given the fact that the two of our best attacking players were out for a while. And again, it hadn't been long that they returned from injury before that game. Sassi played a whole season next to Silva. Chalobah cannot handle that pressure. Yeah, unfortunately. So that was a bad sign. He struggled quite a lot on certain games. He'd be attitude, you can say mentality monster. Certain games under the slightest of pressures, he makes a primary school level mistakes. And especially if we're gonna play it out from the back, I knew that was it for him. Yeah, he was about to be chased out of Aston Villa. Let's see what we have here. Good long balls for who? Enzo Fernandez is one of the best in terms of long balls, really. Let's play a game. Who's shaky between Chalobah and Fofana? I haven't taken my time to do that. But it's one thing about Fofana, as good as he is, and had he not been for the injuries, right now I think he'd be more polished. But the injuries, long-term injuries, you can say repeated long-term injuries, has led to him not being what he should be, where he should be at this point. Here's one thing I don't like about Fofana is this, you can say, rash challenges, rash decision making. How he just goes in for tackles like a primary school kid and gets dribbled as if he's a pole. He does that very well. He's excellent at carrying the ball. He's can be aggressive. He can be cool, calm on the ball. But that aspect of his game, that rash challenges, rash decision making, that's the aspect he needs to improve upon. But I would take Chalobah over him at this point until proven otherwise. But he's still a talent, though he's not old yet. But hopefully we'll find a way to manage his fitness. And I remember when Enzo Maresca said he's going to be out for a while, and he was contradicting Enzo Maresca through French news outlets. What happened? He came back, played how many minutes, and got injured again. So the manager was right. But probably he didn't want to listen to the manager. He was eager to come back and play, and that didn't help. Ended up causing more problems for us than himself. Yeah. So, Bobby, anything else you want to talk about before we call it a day?
Yeah, I mean, we have to take today for what it is. It's given hope and it's kept the Champions League position alive. But
Mhm.
it's not over.
It's not.
The Liverpool game is going to be something we're going to have to take extremely seriously. If they have won the league, they could be playing with a swagger, which could make them a very difficult opposition. So, we just have to be happy for today, but today alone. It's as simple as that. And I have to reiterate, I think it's very disingenuous not to give flowers to Robert Sanchez for today. I mean, that's just silly. He really, really did well for the team. He saved the team. He's the last point of defense. And if he collapses, everything else collapses. And he did not. And for that reason, I think he well and truly deserves his man of the
He
match.
does deserve our praise today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you to the legendary Bobby, the senior panelists on Trust Perspective. We appreciate you finding the time to join us. Mike and Neum, thank you for being part of the conversation. IB, thank you for being part of the conversation. And the Blue Tiff again, much love to you and DJs. Love to you, Constantine Dantu, the captain of the community. He was here with us. Good conversation. Overall. And Rain was also here. And if I missed your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all. And cheers.
Wake up, it's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd.
Wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's cheering play. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every moment, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out and stand with you, privilege you talk. When to tap our take it. That you will go on for Yahweh, so need of my own. It will look so deep in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly with every cheer. We touch the sky. it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's cheering pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can dream. Oh, take me out of stand. With you, river, you talk. When to tap, I take it you. Oh,
Chelsea, we stand tall.
we stand tall.
Everywhere we give our all.
Everywhere, yeah.
Forever we're
We
true.
must be.
Together we rise, just me and you.
In nights that you will go on. 3 hours away, so need of my own. It will look so late in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa,
Chelsea,
Chelsea,
stand tall.
cover up with the hand.
We give our all. Chelsea, forever we're true. Together we rise, just me and you.
Hey, go wake up, baby. It's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's cheering pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can dream. Oh, take me out of stand. With you, river, you talk. When to tap, I take it you. Oh,
Chelsea, we stand tall.
we stand tall.
Everywhere we give our all.
Everywhere, yeah.
Forever we're
We
true.
must be.
Together we rise, just me and you.
In nights that you will go on. 3 hours away, so need of my own. It will look so late in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa,
Chelsea,
Chelsea,
stand tall.
cover up with the hand.
We give our all. Chelsea, forever we're true. Together we rise, just me and you.
Hey, go wake up, baby. It's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's cheering pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can dream. Oh, take me out of stand. With you, river, you talk. When to tap, I take it you. Oh,
Chelsea, we stand tall.
we stand For Yahweh so near my own. Ivalak so lepa in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea stands tall. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever but true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby. It's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's champion play. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can dream. Oh, take me out and stand with you, privilege you talk. When to tap by, take you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever but true. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go home. For Yahweh so near to my own. Ivalak so lepa in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirit